Abuja for mamuni na kwaba at the bus at the core channel so. Aha na me na story bi wa say am pese ye king kan na so che adwene or comment section ho. Never ade na ofi say your sister we onye. Aha me nyenya stories bi a omo forward bra me this time round na me pese ye ka ho asem. Aha ete abusianfo when you video ana say dey wa say hit the like button. Na share video when so from onye bi na che wadwen so our comment section. Aha. Na sister bi story by that send me I say. Na yenti na ina so yenche adwene ewo ho. Ye hu kwan be fa so ai be den. Ye be boy your sister no. Also I have a confession. I've been with my boyfriend 5 years now. Red flag. I've been saying say so ko relationship mu na nye purpose of marriage. Like why? 5 years why? Also the thing is he has a little girl of 9 years staying with him. He lives alone. So the question is, akwara na mama wa infan. That is one. Okay. He says this little girl is his sister. Oh, and true lies. But anytime I go there, this girl looks sad and almost afraid to talk. Okay. One time I was helping him clean his room. Then I saw a panty stained with blood. One time lady ni say osiesie fi ho nkwohwa wakohu sebe mba pito a moja wo mu. Okay. I asked him and he got angry. We argued over this, but I chose to let it go because I love him. Okay. But I was still not at ease. So one day, I decided to go to his house when he wasn't around and speak to this girl. Note, his family is abroad and never seen or spoken to them. And this girl came to the picture just beginning of what? The lockdown. I went amidst the protest of my boyfriend and took her out. She was shaky and couldn't walk well. She looked sick and she had bruises all over her. To the tenant say, afe sister no shase so hu say nkru ne akola ho a bia ewo young girl ne ho. Ontumi nanti je say nyoma basabi. So I took her to the mall, bought her ice cream. I was suspecting, but I didn't want to believe. I wanted to hear, hoping it isn't what I was imagining. Into one day, lady no sha na young girl no nya happy. Into odi ni be pie. To the akwala ni pie ye, ekwo nam more to ice cream. Opeso e bia be ma akwala ni aiden age. But not suspect say either say papa na ya akwala ni bibi. But not on per se, a bear say, wajena brosunti, or per se, a pifi aquara and caside and no eden eba. So after she was calm and looked relaxed, I asked her about her mom and that she's probably missing her, so does she call her often? She said no, but my boyfriend doesn't allow her to use the phone. Red flag. Ada na wakakofa akwala fini ma menchen na wo ma kwan ma akwala ne o ma menkasa question mark. So little I got her talking. We spoke of random things like cartoons, school, just to keep her relaxed and excited. When she was chatty enough, I asked her if she was okay, if there was anything wrong. She tensed up and said no. We went back to square one. Inti oye na adwen so beda da akwara we ya ma akwara na eden akasa. Ti afedie obisa akwara ne say inti oye okay na afedie. O say dabi. I realized my boyfriend kept calling my phone. So we went back home since she didn't look comfortable. Tutu mi say akwara wa camping na shefi o ma akwara ne mpie. Inti by the time we push akwala na yeso be kasa no anche be no hu se be ma ne frefre ne phone no So my boyfriend was so angry at me. He didn't even listen to me. He was just shouting. So I had to leave. For a week, he didn't speak to me. And seriously, I was so much troubled. I wonder what was happening to the little girl right now. Red flag. Uni obi nya asama. I was say mutumi do a point of say mutumi kasa na mo resolve. Oko relationship mu. Ba ma bi oba ignore oba reject you when kasa si. Oba bi oba reject you and oba ignore. It's a big red flag. It's no good. If you are in this kind of relationship, there's something called silent treatment and gaslighting. When in past we see confusion be on a start here, but at the end, no, you will be begging. It's called gaslighting and silent treatment. It's not good. So after a week, he called apologizing, giving an excuse that he doesn't like it when he isn't around his little sis, and that he is very protective of her. Okay. I was like, okay, then let's all go out. She looks bored at home and probably missing her. Okay. Parents. Okay, missing her parents. So he agreed and we planned to go out. But he did not show up. I called his phone, it was off. I went to his house, he wasn't around. No one was. I got worried and I had no one to call. Since he insisted we kept our relationship private. A big red flag. Obi bia de na si awade kwan so obeye na let's keep it a secret. Most na about 90% omoboa. They have other people around that. They are just afraid. They are just using you. A red flag. Me enhwe ni ye. Obi bia waka just say let's keep this relationship private, you know. It's a big red flag. Oboa. It's a big red flag. More times na no mo won kwofo bi obi a o form serious wo no do diagro. A fact ene no kwasam na me de make a kire no. As I went home and when was like 10, I took an Uber and went back to his house. Guys, what I saw I can never erase from my memory. I knocked, no answer, so I went behind his window. Since there was light in his house, I thought he had been asleep, so my intention was to shout his name from behind his window, since his phone was off. This guy, this shameful guy, had tied this akwada on bed. Kwaterekwa, abo akwala ni kwaterekwa, because also tiase. While he stood, also whipping this girl with what? Belt. So that means, onwa papa no ni akwala ni daw. Lady na kwakwache no. The kind of people are mu date no. Mo pesa mo ware omo no. Omo no. As the girl was screaming, he lashed her hard to keep quiet and mourn. Gosh, people, I stood there. I couldn't believe my eyes. I suspected something, but this was too much. I stood there. I think I froze for a minute. It was like a scene from a horror movie. I screamed, Jesus! He noticed me and he froze. I didn't know he got outside and came to me. He knelt down, telling me he can explain. Gosh, explain what? I was just looking at him, not believing what I just saw. We went inside. I took the girl, gave her clothes, but I insisted she shouldn't bath because we were going to the police and that was the only evidence we had aside her words and bruises. Gosh, I cried. Hey, I've been with this man for 5 years. Made love to him anytime he wanted. Then he goes like his life will be ruined if I report him. And he's a devil. They be a bonsam and aye. They be a bonsam and aye. Woodin Quachas and what I do where Yakwada way so many times after the bonsam. I see he doesn't know what got to him. And he would tell the truth to me. So I shouldn't report this case, and he will face the damage he has caused to this girl and blah 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 blah. Then he confessed. He said the girl isn't his blood sis, but someone his family adopted from the village. And that he didn't have this thought before once he chanced on Kwara blue nibi. And it got him hard. And that's when these things started. So I can't behave as though I didn't see and hear what I did and live life. And what about the girl? He had to be punished. That's when he started threatening me. He promised to release my nude and my 6 videos that I had no idea of. And he said he won't go to prison. I looked at the man I love so much these years and I couldn't recognize the man. He looked deadly and wicked. After akwano sha ontumi convincing oba ne say Emma on report case na so onfa issue ni nkoma police for no afi wa sha say threat oba ne say oba sha say expose video bi ayi bi on na ha bia no obe release a video no kind of a mema mo pesa mo wale omo no. I said this man was evil and he wouldn't go free. So he called the doctor. He called her, but my plan was if I told the horror to the doctor and he sees the girl's condition, he goes to report, so it won't be me. But it looks like he had something on the dog too. He didn't say a word. Akwano etwetwe sika mama nkofo nti odi akwala ne call hospital no na adwe ne say odi akwala ne call hospital wa doctors for na examine no mu issue na omo baka chance am fa akwala ne nko police no munya report na enye tese nya ono na ede call na emumu odi call ye no doctor na nka hwe ebuzianfo. There is a country yetimu injustice. There's also injustice so. Also, she said the police couldn't protect me from what? Okay, fine. Also, I got home and I called a friend of mine over and told her everything. A friend around from a car story in natural, no. She said the police could protect me from the leaks of what? Videos, you know. Since when it was taken, I wasn't aware. So we should do what is right. People, we went ahead, straight to the police. They didn't waste any time and rushed to his house and brought him. I was at the police station when they brought him to counter back, took his watch and things from him. Just then, there was a call. Yes, sir. All I heard. Then they released him. Hey, I looked at what was going on. I have heard corruption, but I have never seen such as this one with my own eyes. He was out. It didn't even take 5 minutes. I knew then that this one, I will have to make noise about it. And then the police will have no choice when the public gets to know. But again, I thought of myself, just a poor girl from the village. Mom struggled to get me to the uni. And this man could ruin me. Even the police let him go. After that, I never saw him again. I am very scared and worried now. What could be the state of the child? Did she get to the village or she is still being abused? That's my confession. Something that I can never be at ease knowing he still roams freely and I don't know what happened to this girl. Abusuafo, we yes sister no story ade ba ye. Onye obi atena dem 5 years. Onim say akwa no ne nkwala deda. Big red flag. Abusuafo, edi efutu ene ewo dem yes sister. Looking at the story I narrating. What do you think? The body and our journey. Yes sister no nya the body. Let us know in the comment section. Saa nneɛma we ɛrekɔ so this time round. Ebusuafo, aha na mede bando besi. Yankopɔn nka mo ho. Yɛbɛsa nso ahyia bio. Peace. Shalom. When you hear story we ho a, hit the like button. Aha, let's share video no so fa mo bi. Yankopɔn nka mo ho.